Friends, as you've looked through the bulletin for our time together this morning, I know there's some of you who are perhaps rolling your eyes just a little bit. More than once I've heard the comment that sometimes we try to fit too many things into a service of worship. Sometimes I listen to those comments. Sometimes, like today, I don't. But if there ever was a Sunday when it seemed fitting to have a service with lots of things going on, today would be it. There's just a ton of stuff happening on Palm Sunday. So much is going on that folks in charge of such things have given this Sunday two names on our church's liturgical calendar. Palm Sunday, for Jesus' parade entering into Jerusalem, and Passion Sunday because it sets the stage for events of Holy Week that led to Jesus' passion, his death on the cross. And Jesus is in the middle of everything. And that's what I want you to take away from all of the activities and all of the commotion of this day. Jesus is at the middle of it all. Jesus is at the focus of it all. And that's where I want our focus to be today too. Not on our watches, not how far along we are in the order of things in the bulletin, but watching for Jesus in the order of things this morning. This is a critical day. It's a critical day in the life and the ministry of Jesus. At this time, he could have done just about anything if his power was based on poll numbers. People were excited. They were ready to follow him in a revolt to overthrow the Romans. He sure looked like Messiah material to them. But that wasn't where Jesus was when he rode into Jerusalem. With all the praise and all the adulation showering down around him at that moment, and all the power and all the potential that was there for the taking, you have to ask yourselves, what was he thinking? The simplest way to answer that question is to say that he was thinking of you. Sure, he could have led a revolution to overthrow the Romans, but that new kingdom would have been temporary at best, like all earthly kingdoms are. He could have had some revivals and been a featured preacher inviting folks to turn their lives around and come back to God. He certainly had a reputation as a fine, even fiery preacher. But after the tent comes down and the revival leaves town, life tends to return to normal again. There are lots of different scenarios that could have been running through Jesus' mind as he made his way through the cheering crowds and the waving palms. But Jesus was thinking about you. And that's what I want you to focus on through the events of this morning. As we ordain and install a new deacon in a few minutes, understand very clearly that Jesus is thinking of you as his Spirit gives individuals gifts of serving, gifts of caring, gifts of compassion. And then, as you come to the Lord's table for communion, know that Jesus was definitely thinking about you when he commanded you to remember him every time that you shared this meal together. All God did in the person of Jesus, God did for you. There's a lot going on in the Christian community between now and next Sunday. And God's Spirit will be, as usual, working in mighty ways. And it's because God is thinking of you, caring for you, loving you. As the psalmist said, this is the Lord's doing. Let it be marvelous in your eyes. Amen.